You need something?
Great. You brought the armor. We'll get this divvied to those who
Safe
need it
travels.
immediately. Thank you, adventurer. Your efforts have been a great help to us. And now that you're no stranger to griffins, I hope you'll come and lend your aid to Sentinel Hill often.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. I need to target something first.
Okay, hopefully we can get one more.
That spell isn't working. I need a target.
Shouldn't be too hard to find, hopefully. Is there?
That's still recharging.
Holy crap, he's an Grimoire, Fashion Whale. Yeah, I can just run around killing stuff, I think, while I wait for them. What? What's going on now? Is it six? Oh, I was thinking wrong. This thing. Oh, I need to see it. How long everything lasts. Can't tell you. Yeah, there we go.
I can't cast that yet.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to podcasts. Ages
You
of
might
the
just go see if you
Inquisition.
can find Morgan to just be like, what is the deal with this high top priority Aquila? What is going on? Like, what happened while I was away?
And truly, you're ready to ask the most important question that this team has ever faced. Why is Closet making a giant Aquila?
This episode of Agents of the Inquisition features the voices of Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, Josh Halbert, and Tyler
just
Hewitt,
finished
alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante.
Episode
This
6,
episode was edited
Season
and mixed
2
by Laura Hamstra, and
is coming now.
Dums and Dice, including merchandise, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. If you want to support the show or get an ad-free version, go to dumdumdice.com/join. That's dumbdice.com/join. Again, that's dumdumdice.com/join. Though the team is working under special condition, this podcast isn't. So tell your friends about Agents of the Inquisition and join us next episode. Rabute Gilliman himself commands it.
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the
Hey, I'm Arnie Niekamp from the fully improvised comedy podcast Hello from the Magic Tavern. I'm here with my co-hosts, Chud the
That's
Doggy
still
Badger,
recharging.
Bing Bong, and Usador the Wizard.
I greet thee, listeners.
Look, I'm trapped in the magical land of Foon, so I started a podcast interviewing elves, unicorns, and other weirdos. We have great guests like Felicia Day, Jason Mantzoukas, Brennan Lee Mulligan, Amy Mann, and so many more.
Oh, and I think one time we interviewed a sentient shoe? I hope it was sentient.
Not to mention the evil people we've had to interview. How I hate evil.
Join us as we bar crawl across the magical land of Foon.
Looking for adventure.
Getting caught up in escapades.
Hello from the Magic Tavern is available right now on your favorite podcast app and ad-free and with lots of bonus content on Patreon. Subscribe to Hello from the Magic Tavern today.
You are all trapped in a random, unknown system, waiting for the engines to be repaired on the Lucky Strike, but you are using your time as intelligently as you can. You have trained in engine repair, some of you mastering the basics of warp engines, some of you mastering the basics of the traditional, and you've also looked at the Auramite that you collected from Raven Shrike and turned it into physical items that I will say you can add to your sheets because we're kind of time jumping here. We have an Auramite-lined coat that has no armored stuff but can factor with a Wraithbone Aquila. So we have options for Damien. We also have 3 Auramite daggers, 2 currently being carried by Morgan, 1 intended for the judge should he so return, the other for Brother Solomon, and there were 20 Auramite tipped crossbow bolts that had been put in place, which will add +1 to your damage there. They're +1 daggers. The coat, as we've said, has no mechanical effects, but this is a long time. You have cut down your repair time rather significantly, but at the same time there is still time here, which means you're going to do a few more things that I know have been carried over mechanically. Then we may do some scenes, and then we'll see what is being discovered as time continues. Romeo has been repaired.
Yay.
Talos Ivo has
back.
a much more elaborate technical setup now inside one of the crew cabins. He can work much more efficiently than our boy Closet, who requires more machinery, larger scale projects. Talos is much more kind of focused on smaller things. There is also a large question of this incubus glaive that had been collected by Brother Solomon. You had struggled in combat with the Drakari, not used to their style, and had taken a 2-handed blade as a trophy of sorts, which the judge really didn't like conceptually, or as this tool that you could use for training. So I would love for you to roll me, I would say, an attack roll. We will use your stats as you would for your weapon, so proficiency and strength. +5, but we're trying to figure it out with this Xenos blade as you dedicate some time each day practicing with it in the empty hold.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. We're doing 3 rolls, so give me 2 more to show your extended training.
Love that. Good start.
Dirty 20,
Good vibes.
definitely a success.
Yeah. An 18.
18, that'll be another success.
Love that.
Keep them coming.
3 in a row. A natural 20.
Accounts are open.
Absolute cinema.
With somehow 4 successes on a 3-success check, you master the Drukhari Incubus Glaive. This is a weapon that you will now be proficient in. Should you so choose to use
sign up is
I will
open
also say
now.
that you spend time.
Kappa,
You
sign up
time
is
describing
open,
this
so if you
weapon
go
with
to
the
the
ability
site,
to
you can
sanctify it
sign
in
up
your
right
own
now.
terms.
Love it.
Apparently.
Love it.
Which means, should you decide to use this particular weapon in future, it originally was going to be that you could not channel your Imperial powers through this weapon as a Xenos weapon, but because you have become one with this weapon and thus converted it to your cause and sanctified the blade with 3 different sigils that have been carved into its length, as well as shaving off some of the cruder and more cyberitic and Kabbalite elements of it, you can now also, if you carry this blade, channel the powers of the Emperor through it because it has been sanctified in your own purpose. How have you shaped this weapon to be more Solomon-esque? And what are the 3 images that you had carved into it?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I don't know what those 3 sigils are.
Those are good. Those are good questions. So I think I'm assuming the Drukhari stuff is all blades and points
And spikes and all of it. And this is a larger blade that's almost 3 different segments. If it was a large scimitar, you could see it curving, but it specifically has more points. It's got spikes on the pommel. It has a hand grip at the top of the blade as well. So this is not just an extra large sword that you can swing normally. You can hold it with one hand on either side, using it almost as a staff. And the blade, as it curves up, has a large stabbing spike that extends off the edge and a spike at the back of the handle. So you can swing it as a sword, you can hold it two-handed as a staff and stab with the top or the bottom, and you can switch between the two as you flip it around your body. It allows for a lot of abstract guards.
Yeah, that's nice. Hopefully you get in.
Okay, so from an aesthetic standpoint,
I'm assuming you want to
he would want to
play here as well. Opened and then another 200 were added on top.
coat it
Good luck, everyone.
in that sort of like gold shimmer, not for any mechanical purposes, but just to cover that dark black ichor of a.
I think you can mix the two. So what it'll be is it'll have a bit of that shimmer spread throughout. It'll almost sparkle. So it won't be midnight black. It'll have some flecks of gold
Some flecks
over
of gold kind of tossed through it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, just to give it a little more, resplendent and less reading of just evil. And then I think for the 3 sigils,
They could be runes, they could be images. It's a
If
large
it's malware,
blade. Like when you're looking at the width of this blade, because of the handle,
well,
it's probably a foot
your
and a
choice.
half wide at the length. So you can put some images on it as you swing it around. It's an inhuman metallic.
At least you have an
bone.
account,
You're not
so-
sure exactly what the structure is, but it means it's much lighter than other things. So it is possible for you to move around quickly and to put kind of some larger symbols on. Should you?
They have even open
I think he
sourced
would
the
symbols. If there's 3,
what you call it,
to represent Morgan, Damien, and the judge.
the launcher
would have
thingy.
that kind of like,
So
we
they
have
can get
something that
help
represents like a symbol that represents like the
with
Lex
the
Imperialis, a symbol
fixing
that
it.
represents the Inquisition, and a symbol that represents like witch.
Everyone is free to see.
Okay, Talos
The
will be
files,
doing
I
the work
guess.
on this.
Yeah.
Because I think
Unlike
he's more
what
likely to
Turtle
be
did.
willing to work with alien technology
That was
than
locked.
Closet, who's already had a lot of pressures put on him. Talos is, some of this is similar to some of the materials used in the rarer aspects of Galler Fields. So you want one for the judge. Do you see that as like a Rex 2? Do you see that as his shield? Do you see that as like a book with a hammer on it?
What about his helmet?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Yes.
I can do that. Okay,
Yes, I don't like the Rex too. I don't want to put him on.
Oh, okay.
It freaks me out a little.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to freak you
No,
out, buddy.
it's okay. It's just he's been gone for a long time, but
Hell, is the
I don't-
second
anyway.
stream
Okay,
winding
so you want
about?
the judge closest to the hilt, or do you
Warning,
want him
please
closest to
configure
the
both
stabbing point, or
primary
do you want him in the
backup
middle?
streams correctly in the
let's put it closest to
comparison
the
of the
stabbing point,
streams
the knife
failed
point of
because
justice.
Okay, so we got the helmet up there.
Okay,
And then you said you
disappeared,
wanted
never
one
mind.
for Damien. Do you want, we could do the symbol of the Ministorum. We could do his horns when they come out. We could do
Shifty-eyed
yeah, he's not sure about what to put for Damien. Like, wait, what speaks to you about Damien?
I like the horn. That's interesting. That's got some, that's Damien harnessing his true potential.
Well, maybe we could do 2 horns coming out from behind an aquila.
Let's do it.
Yeah, because then it shows
Is
how they
that-
combo the power.
Sorry, is that like just so that I know? Is that horribly blasphemous?
Well, I mean, you're carving into a Xenos weapon, but Talos doesn't know. He's
Yeah.
a fucking Mechanicum.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And Solomon wouldn't know either. He thinks that's rad as hell.
I think we're beyond the pale here.
Yeah.
Where you're customizing the Xenos weapon.
what we've agreed
Josh
is
was
it's
where
whatever you
we
want.
go into like a but then I'm like, wait a minute, it's a horrible Xenos
Xenos
blade.
weapon, yeah.
What am I doing? Yeah.
Okay, so 2 flaming horns coming out from behind an aquila.
Amazing. Yes. Who could that offend?
Oh, nobody. It sounds,
Everyone who sees that will go, nice.
that sounds like a real representation of a man who has flaming horns in combat and will be wearing a giant aquila on his
Alice
head.
Ivo, basic character.
100%. And put that towards the hilt.
Okay.
He's my rock
That
foundation.
makes a lot of sense to me. And
Yes.
then what about Morgan in the middle?
Morgan, something that I think that would represent the Inquisition. What are there Inquisition symbols?
Yeah, I saw it in your chapel. There's a giant Inquisition eye.
Love it.
All right, we'll
Yes.
put that right here in the
Right
middle.
in the middle.
Okay, we got that one right in the center of the blade. Okay,
Perfect.
So I've done a lot of purification rituals. I know you've done some praying, so I think this is pretty good to go. It's still clearly Xenos, but it's been sanctified enough that I think you're okay to use it.
Fantastic. I cannot wait to show them. Morgan, get in here. Check this out.
Every gift someone in this crew has gone for Damien is like a backhanded mean gift that you can't use. It's great.
So Morgan, you're brought in to see this new blade.
He'll have it like laid out like on a like pride of place on like a little pedestal. Look! It's that glaive I took off that horrid incubus. It's been sanctified.
No,
See, and that's
the
the
characters
judge
will
right
not
there,
be
and
deleted
that's Damien,
when
and
the
that's you.
beta is over.
Morgan is
So
nodding.
it's really nice.
Pick it up. Check, and Solomon will grab it and do something so fucking rad with it. Like it's so like he's already second nature. Like it moves with him in a way that you find almost a little disconcerting. But he whips it around with like that the sort of like
We will get an
smoothness that
advantage.
Drukhari incubus.
Yeah. It's like the same way that you saw with the figure who had come through road trading. He doesn't have the inhuman
I
grace.
just
It's physically
created my
impossible for a human to
guild,
match
so
that.
I'm just
But
trying
this
to
is
find
a
some more
combination
people.
of combat kata and almost sign flipper in front of a pizza place with the 2 grips where he can flip it around, spin the blade. It's through to death strikes. It's perfectly fluid until it ends in a 2-handed guard in front of his chest.
Look at the auramide makes it sparkle. That's rad.
Morgan can't help herself. She will give some claps. Just like Vince.
That's quite impressive, Solomon, and you've done a lot of customization, it
What?
seems, on this weapon.
Yes, tell me.
Oh, yeah,
he
but-
helped.
Oh, hey! He leans in from around the corner. He was out in the hall.
I think it will be a great weapon in your arsenal, though considering the Xenos quality and that you put the inquisitorial symbol on it, that would hurt our cover if it ever were to leave this ship.
But can't leave the ship? He's like immediately deflated. He didn't even think about any of that. You just see his shoulders kind of like droop down a little bit. Oh, no, you're right. It's a... Yeah, and he like sets it back on the thing. Maybe I'll put it in the chapel.
Maybe we could cover it with wrapping or something, so it would not be
He's coming back around. He's making that face.
Okay.
immediately recognizable.
Yes.
So you want to cover a third of the
That's
blade
the
with
wrong
cloth?
one.
Yes, I think that sounds good.
I mean, that'll lower its effectiveness, but okay. Most people don't fight with swords covered in cloth.
If needed, we can take the cloth off, right? If things get hairy, we just rip that right off. Combat.
Oh, you just want a sheath?
Sure.
I suppose that will work. It's
Ah, yes. We're back.
We're back?
Yes.
Oh, great.
I feel reinvigorated. I got bummed out for a second.
well, good work, Solomon.
Oh, they
The
closed
fact
it.
that you've managed to master this blade and combat
Oh, yeah, but
styles
you
is
have an
very
account, so
impressive.
Oh, thank you. It's nothing. It's because of all of you. That's why you're
that
on it.
doesn't matter.
It's a team effort.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Morgan will turn on a heel and leave.
Oh, you've been giving her Bible study too?
Solomon is beaming. Beaming. He never gets this kind of validation from anyone. So to just get that from Morgan of all people too, he's just Talos, quick, we must make a sheath for this. Let's go.
So Talos will make you 2 custom sheaths, so you can carry both of your swords on your back. One of them is the traditional sheath that you can pull the full sword out of to be able to swing it around into combat. The other, for the Drakari blade, you actually
check
swing the
something.
blade
I was
out to
going
the
to
side of
print
it,
something
so it
and see if
slots
the
in with
printer
the stabbing
actually
point below and the hilt
did
above,
it.
so it has a way out. But the blade is fully hidden when
Let's see,
it is
can I
in
pause? Yay! I have like an old Logitech G15 keyboard. Still works. It's like maybe 15 years old or something. Maybe more. He actually killed me. Okay, I need to print, what was the name of the open source program, Office, Apache, no. God damn it, let's see. Source, what's it called again? This LibreOffice, that's not OpenOffice. Okay, then I need to install that. This Libre. That's it. Let's see. LibreOffice, okay. Yeah, I'm trying opening it. Can I now open the file? Port. Yes, now I could open it. Fixed. Then choose print, hopefully. There we have it. What? Can't see the printer. Oh, I found it on the network. Yes, now it's working. Hallelujah. So much easier to get stuff working in Linux than Windows sometimes. It's crazy. Okay, let's resume the podcasts.
It's clearly an odd shape, but depending on the level of expertise of somebody looking at you wandering around, the average Imperial citizen might not even know it's Xenos with the changes you've made to its overall appearance. Which is why it is time for me to tell you the rules of this fucking glaive I thought you couldn't use powers with, but I wrote down, so I will stand by it. The glaive is a +1 glaive. It does 2d8 +1 damage.
No, it's time to go to.
It is an upgrade from your regular sword damage to something more.
Run on
You will
the
be adding
server.
+5, so it'll be +6 damage when it's done. 2d8 +6. It also has the special property of cleave in your weapon mastery because incubus weapons can be used in duels. They are specialists in that, but they are also meant to be bodyguards. If a horde of enemies are charging at their Archon, they can stand and hold it back. So with the cleave property, if you hit an enemy with a melee attack, you can make a second attack against another creature within 5 feet of the first that's also in reach of you each turn. Perfect. Between its size, its scale, and its speed, it's there. You add no ability modifier to the damage on the second attack. But you can do that once per turn because it's designed that you are able to attack with multiple ends of it or sweep it through someone into another person. You have mastered a weapon that I thought would have some strengths and some costs, and now just has strengths because Solomon is the creature he is.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
2-sword Solomon, and weirdly enough, after your most recent battle, this would be an excellent weapon to have in, one might say, a hallway fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tyler's very happy for you. Damien thinks this is fucking terrible. Damien fucking hates this for you. This is a...
Damien loves it.
This is a failure of stewardship in his eyes. This is, I am not protecting you from the corrupting forces of the galaxy.
Would you show it to Damien?
Of course. He wouldn't even blink. He'd be like yelling down the hallway.
You've got the sheath. You've got everything ready. And summon Damien to the one opposite closet. It's been made larger. It has cylinders built into it with some targets, but you have the blade and you summon Damien.
Let's hear it.
I just know this is gonna go.
Yeah.
It's funny already. Same thing. Like when Morgan comes in, he's gonna be like, "Damien, check this out," and he just reaches behind him and like unsheaths it as cool as he can, and he'll do the same kind of cool little sword trick with it, and then like two hands like present it out. Look what I've made.
I thought you promised the judge you would dispose of that.
No, that wasn't part of the deal. I would train with it. I would learn how to...
Can you roll me a history?
Was it part of the deal?
Can you roll me a history?
Yeah. Okay.
Solomon.
It's been weird. You're right. I thought... let's see. A 10.
Nah, that wasn't the deal.
That
you're completely correct.
Okay.
That was not the deal.
Okay.
You were just supposed to train with it. You're good.
Good. From a Josh perspective... Was that
2 seconds?
Multiple people
Just
gave
need to
opinions.
check
I think that
something.
was what they were leaning on, but that doesn't matter because you're Solomon, not Josh.
Love that. Well, no, because
Morgan had told you could have it, and the judge said you had to destroy it afterwards. You had kind of caved to that, but now you don't remember. So Solomon is not lying.
Yes.
He just doesn't remember. It's not like he swore an oath. It's nothing that I think was. It was not a burning promise that was important to him. It was a conversation that was definitely muddled with different people giving opinions.
Yeah.
So we're just saying, officially, Solomon remembers Morgan saying it was cool and everyone else agreeing.
Yep. Just want to make sure I'm not lying.
No. I would have told you. That's why
you.
I needed a history roll because it wasn't a deception. It was literally like, what does Solomon remember of that conversation?
Sure. No. Remember, I discussed it with Morgan. I know the judge had misgivings, but I was going to train with it and learn how to get inside the mind and the technique of the Drukhari. And now look, I've been able to use their technology against them. Look, Talos and I sanctified it, added the Auramite, and look, and he'll point you like right at that.
Tyler's
right
eyes
at that
are so
symbol.
big.
And be like, see, look, I did. There's one for the judge, right? That's
Judge's helmet.
The helmet, right? With that, it gives him that weird voice. And then that's the Inquisition, right? Morgan. And this one's you, the Aquila. But look what we've changed. Isn't that cool?
Why would you do this?
Because we're a team. This is all of us. This is the squad. Did we have a team name?
We're about to.
Yeah.
We're fucking about
No.
to.
But you know what I would say? Can you roll me Roll me a performance.
Okay. All right. Can I perform? How am I? Oh, okay. All right. I'm a little charismatic.
Because it strikes me as something you would have been workshopping over time, and I want to know if you've come up with one the quality that it is so far.
No, I got a total of a 5.
You're not crazy about the team name that you've come up with so far, but this is the time to share it and see, what Damien's take is. It's pretty bad, but it's what you've got.
We're workshopping it, but this is where we're at.
Okay. All right. It's us. It's the Power Squad. That's us, right? I haven't had a lot of time to think about it, so it doesn't have to. We don't have to stick on that. But I thought Power Squad. You have powers, right? And I can see from your face that you don't like Power Squad, but we could come up with a different one. But this is that's why I didn't put because I was going to get Talos to put the name on the blade too. But I thought, well, wait, we'll come up with a good name because that's now that I said it out loud, I don't like it as much.
So, after 2 consecutive missions where we had cover stories as being rogue traders, you would like to carry into battle a Xeno ship covered in the likeness of one of our members.
Yeah, are you crazy? There's so many people wanting to play on this server. Because Turtle is apparently shutting down in China as well. So you have North America, Europe, and China, and Australia. So the whole world wants to join in on this thing.
The name you've made up for us. Are you stupid?
It'll be interesting to see what happens when they actually open the floodgates.
I love you, buddy.
Yep, right back at you, Slick.
Can you hear my voice fine, by the way?
Okay.
Oh.
Solomon, he may be saying these things, but Damien can be a bit of a grumpy grok sometimes. Obviously, this Aquila symbol is holy because it channels your powers. And you've got a sheath. You're fine. He's confused.
Yep. That.
I was just trying to see if you could suss out whether or not it was holy, but no, you're good. This will actually help his culture.
Yeah, so that was going to be the argument, is that Damien, he just doesn't understand that these are good. He's a little set in his ways.
Do you have spells to actually...
Again, I think Solomon...
no, I don't.
In his time that he's been able to work with Damien, he realized that Damien is not always a new idea guy. He doesn't take to it's that things have to be. So again, when he got excited again, so he's rushed in and he's done too much, and he's got to pump the brakes a little bit. But he's not dissuaded in how much he believes in what he's done. Okay. He's still powerful, but he's concerned that he's put too much on Damien's plate.
But just remember, you can't lie.
Nope.
And this is all great.
Yeah, nothing has changed. But now I think he's Solomon's not going to take this as personally as he would have. You know what I mean? He's not going to jetta this thing out of the airlock.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah. Damien, I thought...
Yes, not all the people have joined the server either, because sometimes when a lot of people are joining, the download speeds are really bad.
Time in the chapel. Believe me, I read the Bible.
I should have used
cover to cover.
a BitTorrent instead of direct downloads, I would say.
This blade is... I know it's not what you're used to. I know it's a little different, but I think you can agree that we've been put into some weird situations lately. And Damien, modern problems require modern solutions. And I think you could agree this is a very modern solution. But I brought it to you because I was wondering because I want to make sure everyone has input on this. And I know the judge is going to be,
you know that.
Oh, yeah, but he's always like that. The judge doesn't like new socks. Right? He's stuck in his ways. So I thought maybe you... I thought you could come up, or you could help me come up with a name for us, and then we could put the name on the blade. See, because check this out too, right? Check this, and he knows it's not.
He starts to shake his head. You're like, no, wait, there's more.
When I do that, and he puts it in the sheath, and you once he does that, you realize that it looks.
You do a twirl.
Yeah, he does. He shows it off. See, it's like you can't. There's no way to know. This is sort of a break glass in case of emergency situation right here. I've got my Promethean blade. That's great. That's the front line of defense. But you know, we wake up in the middle of the night. There's 400 Drukhari on the ship. And he pulls the other sword out just so that you can see the horned Aquila, right? Come on, you know, break in case of emergency.
That is a salient argument because
Josh is acknowledging it. Damien has not responded.
Because that's basically the premise under which Damien is sanctioned to use psyker powers.
Yeah,
right. Can't be doing that shit in public, but.
Push comes to shove.
Time and a place.
Yeah.
So that lands. Damien will say, "What exactly have you called me here for?"
No, okay, twofold. Number one, I thought this blade was very cool, and I was excited to show it off. Number two, team name. The final inscription on the blade.
Okay.
Sanctified, unified, a third thing. What's a third fide?
Bona fide, bona fide. I can't remember.
Yeah,
the
bona
pronunciation.
fide. Sanctified.
Fortified?
Talos.
Yeah, I'm in the hallway. I always want to know what people think about the sword.
God bless Talos. Emperor be praised. Sanctified, fortified, unified.
The SFU.
SFU.
Doesn't sound like you need any input from me.
That's as good as he'll like. That's as good as it's gonna get.
Yes.
That's as good as it's gonna get. Tacit approval.
Oh no, absolutely
no.
no.
It was so tacit.
All right, so is that what you want to go with, Solomon?
I love it.
All right, well, if Damien's on board, I'll put it on there.
SFU.
He puts a hand out to you.
And Damien does not put his hand out. He'll just say, "I'm leaving."
Solomon does a little hand explosion to himself as Damien leaves.
He goes, he turns to Dallas and he goes, "Actually, I'm not gonna lie. That went better than I thought it would."
Oh, great.
Yes, that was a lot to put on his plate, and it assuredly went better than it's gonna go with the judge whenever we find him.
I hope we don't now.
Yeah.
All right, so do you want it to say sanctified, fortified, unified on the blade, or SFU?
Do the full one. Make it look cool.
I'll put one word per third of the blade, so
Yes.
it'll spread around.
High Gothic.
Fuck. Oh. High Gothic. Okay, well then we got to translate. So that's going to be Sanctus Fortis Unus.
Love it.
All right, I'll get that done.
Stupendous.
That is now emblazoned across your blade, SFU.
Incredible.
In High Gothic.
Beautiful.
Technically, the only person who reads High Gothic is Damien.
Yep, so thanks for that.
Incredible.
I was worried you were going to be like Talos, being like, "Well, I got to ask Damien how to translate that." I'm like, "No, don't dare."
Damien, come back. I have more. Look at the other side.
Fuck.
It's a photorealistic drawing of your face.
I had your address inscribed on it.
It's your social. I put it right on here.
Technically, it just reads like F-U Emperor, but every word stands for something that he's trying to put a different way.
Klokken 4. I en kjellerstue på Sofiemyr sitter en gutt på 14 med beina på sofabordet og et headset på hodet. Slik har han sittet siden 1:30. Og det nå, I det han hører moren komme hjem fra jobb, at han kommer på det. Han hadde en oppgave I dag. Sagt høyt før han gikk til skolen, og repetert via melding klokken 1.
Magnus? Du, hallo! Husket du å ta kyllingen ut av fryseren?
Nei, men... Hva med Volt?
After a week, because we're jumping around in our time scale here, Avarice does pull all of you together to tell you what he has learned about the person who invaded your ship.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I looked at the images that have been brought together by all of you. I say on the bridge. He'll pull you there so that he can put things up on screens around you as this happens. As far as I can tell, she was a rogue traitor. Her name is Libertine Morwith, also known as Tina, apparently. She was originally, I'll be honest, the records on her are scant, and I don't have access to full inquisitorial files, so I'll share what I can know, and it's a little bit sketchy, but she was raised in captivity by the Drukhari, and prior to being freed by a rogue trader herself and joining that crew, she had virtually no contact with Imperial-born humans. While she was enslaved in Comora, the homunculus covens used her for the occasional genetic experiment, and the witch cults trained her for gladiatorial combat as a variety act. One might say a comedy act in the Comoran combat. She has since inherited the title of rogue trader and begun plying her trade in ways that most of the Imperium would find, shall we say, highly objectionable. She does have this interesting combination, as we've seen between the kanji tattoos of her crew and elsewhere. She leans into the Drukhari parts of herself because she was raised there, but at the same time despises them as a species. Her crew are traditionally made up of Drukhari slaves that have been freed or purchased by her, giving them a somewhat fanatical loyalty to her as the commander of her vessel.
That all makes sense from what I saw. Very good work, Everest. So, if she is a sanctioned rogue trader, it makes sense how things happened.
I would say sanctioned is a bit of a question mark. She does have a warrant of trade, but several inquisitors appear to have files on her and somewhat object to her existence. It would seem that she's a bit of a criminal rogue trader, if that were possible.
I see. Well, I suppose if the Inquisitor wanted her to have the judge, then hopefully he will be returned to us as well, but I don't see there being any reason for us to go after him if this is what the Inquisitor wanted.
Yes, also, we have no idea where she is. Her ship incorporates some stealth technology and other Drukhari abilities that she's picked up over time, and there is no known home base.
What is the name of her rogue trader vessel?
That is an excellent question. We don't know. She keeps changing it, and in the majority of appearances, it has appeared under some kind of stealth field, meaning that we don't even fully understand its capabilities. The weapons loadout is a question mark, the identity is a question mark. It's just been called the Shadow in most of the reports, so the Inquisition has started picking that up as a reference term for it.
Can we even infer from engine damage what sort of weaponry that ship has?
It's a question for Closet. Luckily, he's here. It appears to be some kind of energy weapon. Not entirely sure. Might be a modified Dark Lance.
I don't know what that is.
Drukhari.
Yes, she was carrying Drukhari weapons as well, so it only stands to reason that her ship would be outfitted similarly.
It was a pinpoint strike. She could have destroyed us, but chose not to.
That makes me hate her more.
All right. Is there anything else? Any further questions? I don't have many more answers, but just in case, I could continue my research.
Yes, thank you. Please continue that research, but it seems this is rather open and shut after quite an alarming incursion. Solomon, any thoughts?
I'm just still concerned about the judge. Do we have any confirmation that he's still alive?
Unfortunately, we all know the same amount. After he was taken, we don't know what has occurred or where.
Damn.
Well, we can only hope that the Emperor and his dog will protect him.
So that's it?
Yes, unfortunately.
Damien, knocks some shit over and leaves. He's so mad.
Thank you, Everest. Please let us know if anything comes up for your bifurcated half.
Of course, of course. Morgan, could you stay for a moment?
Yes. Solomon, you're dismissed. Closet as well.
Exiting. He just hovers out. Avarice closes the door. Morgan, there is a strange question of precedence of command here that I don't entirely know how to answer. And wheels his little cane with wheels on it towards you, so he can look at you directly. I was under orders from my bifurcated inquisitorial part of the brain to not inform you of this group coming aboard the ship. In future, Those orders come from an Inquisitor. You are an interrogator. It is somewhat confusing. Do you wish me to follow all of those orders given by your Inquisitor, or do you wish me to inform you of them and allow you to choose what orders to follow?
Marin takes a beat and thinks about that. And I think, I don't know if it's something I can roll for, but this almost feels like, even though it's Avarice telling her, it feels like it's a riddle from Inquisitor Valentine. Like, what is the answer to this riddle that he would leave? Because it's like, she would, if given orders from him, doggedly follow exactly to the letter. But if this is like through this man's brain to her, it's almost like she's trying to infer that of like, is it better for me to have things happen exactly as he says, or is there some interpretation that she should take between those due to the changing nature of like the world and everything, and that he trusts her also?
Yeah. Okay. Roll me an insight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like how deep you want to go.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah. It's a 12.
I think he's asked you the question. It's really up to you. You don't have any more evidence. There's not really more information. It's just someone asking you. Sorry it wasn't more helpful.
You know, it's totally fine.
He sees you pause. I'm asking you as me, to be clear. This is not the bifurcated brain asking you. I've seen you with the rest of the crew, and they seem to trust you in some way, and you've achieved 2 successful missions, so there is no question of your competence. I leave this up to you if you don't know now. Let me know when you will.
Thank you, Avarice. I understand you're asking this as yourself. This is something I'm going to have to think on for myself. Thank you. I'll get back to you, Avarice.
All right. I'll return to observing the feeds.
Yeah, and thinking about this, Morgan is going to go back to her office, mulling over both this with Inquisitor Valentine, but also thinking about the missions that we've gone on. She hasn't written up her report for the last mission yet. And another thing that she's been thinking about deeply is the Hydra Dominatus password.
Mm-hmm.
And how very important that has been in accomplishing missions, and how it has been a big influence in getting them through these missions. But it seems like it's a very powerful sort of code word. So I think while she's mulling on what to do about the instructions from Avarice, she's also trying to think of a way to like make a new code that she could potentially encode this password Hydra Dominatus in order to send it to Valentine, but she wants to try and encode it in a way that only he would be able to figure out and piece apart. And the only way that she can think of to do that is to try and think of like the most personal moments and interactions that she's had with him that would not be recorded, and try to like make a code,
a cipher
based on that. Yeah. Yes, but only that he would be able to take back apart, because she feels like this is a code word that's so important that if he doesn't already know it, it probably would be useful to him. But if anyone else gets it besides him, she does not trust that.
Okay. I think I've just got a lot of questions about how you technically want to execute this. And it was interesting because it was on my list of things to ask, because you've been writing these reports, and it's like, how would you send it to him?
Right. Yeah.
Because the method of delivery will, of course, inform the method of encoding.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I think that's the thing, is that the only real way that she knows how to get stuff to him is like the astropath. So I'm thinking that these reports, because Valentine got the original reports that she sent, because he talked about them on when they talked one-on-one.
Yes,
that he knew she finished the first mission.
You'd organized a call via Avarice. You don't know if he read your reports or if Avarice just told him that the mission had been completed.
Understood. Okay. So, but I think that this would be like an actual message, like not like a talked aloud message.
It's a written message that you want to send. You could probably do that via Avarice in some way or another. He seems to know ways to get messages to Valentine as that happens.
Yes.
It can be put in whatever format. Would you want to include your reports with this, or is this its own thing?
This is its own separate thing. So I think I want to keep the reports separate, because I want this to go out like as a completely separate item.
Okay, what information do you want to include with this?
Just the password.
Just the phrase Hydra Dominatus.
I understand you just want to send the phrase, but I mean, how is he supposed to contextualize that? Like, what is coming along with it? Otherwise, you're just sending him 2 words, which is fine if you just want to send him 2 words. But I want to be clear, if you want him to understand it's related to your case, that it appeared on both worlds, how it's related, like, how do you want to spread that around if you're trying to give that context?
Yes, I think it would be related to the overall conspiracy and how the missions are linked and appeared on 2 worlds, I think are all.
Okay, so you want to include all that. Roll me, I'm going to say a deception.
Okay.
Because I think that's your ability to kind of code crack and speak a language that is ultimately a lie for everyone else, but a truth for him.
Yeah. I think I will use one of my luck points to try and get advantage on this and see how good I can do.
Great.
Nice jumping roll.
Okay. Well, I'll take it. 21.
Nice.
21. Okay. You check in with Avarice to confirm his messaging process, and he reports to you that he is basically filing reports or any contact he needs to make with Valentine under an interrogator who does not exist to an inquisitor who does not exist within inquisitorial files on a world in the segment. So he can digitally send things over, and Valentine is just kind of supervising that. So you realize you can file your next report with whatever mission information you want, or you can file something abstract. It doesn't really matter. You can hint at a world. Maybe one of the worlds that you've been to. It could technically be Arcturus 4, it could be Hawkstar, or it could be a random world in the system. I leave that up to you. But you can basically post a wanted ad in a public digital forum.
Yeah.
That can include a message that the basic cipher will just be the first letter of each line of the message will spell Hydra Dominatus, that it will work out that way. I'm so sorry, but you're gonna have some work for yourself here. Hydra Dominatus. You have to do a relatively simple cipher, because if you make this too complicated, it's just not going to translate, or you'll risk this being something else. Also, with this being a word in High Gothic and you're not sure what Hydra's significance is, you really don't want him misinterpreting different letters or different words to think other things are important. So it is a cipher that over the course of this very long, very overly flowery message, which definitely speaks to your forte as a liar.
Yes.
You have multiple lines that will all start with the first letters of Hydra Dominatus. They don't spell out directly to each other, but each of them includes a memory and starts like a memory of yours or a reference to an adventure that you guys had together that starts with those letters.
Okay.
HYDRA. DOMINATUS. I need...
Oh, God, what have I done?
The cipher could be simpler if you want it to be as you are doing the work on this. If you just want those letters to be the start of every sentence of this message, that's fine too. But you are creating a cipher, so the complexity that is involved could affect things should some part of this chain be broken at some point.
Okay. All right. So yes, I think Morgan is going to put this on a random world.
Okay.
Something a little more rough and tumble, out of the way, not something that's going to be scanned quickly. But I think I want it to be in like missed connections. It's like a romance section.
Okay.
So it'll be.
She does like reading those romance novels.
Yep. She likes reading those romance novels, and I think that's what the message will be like. My long lost love, basically. You know?
Okay, so it starts to my long lost love.
Yeah.
Or is that the subject line?
That's like the subject line.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the letter that I got here. Morgan will read you a story.
Yes, please, in Morgan's voice as well.
Of course.
Excellent.
Humanity, is it worth saving? Years ago, it was a question I asked. Distressed and abandoned, in darkness, before Rubute Gilliman returned. All was lost, trapped in a cell. Despite this, your faith never faltered. Oh, the sights we saw together. Mars we learned with broken hearts. Imperial saints fought together in the halls of Terra. Naturally, I was by your side. Always in spirit, if not in body. Together, we keep the darkness at bay, understanding what must be done, somehow trusting that all is not lost.
Very nice.
That's my poem.
Very nice. So that is posted to the random world of Zephlon 4.
Misconnections of Zephlon 4.
The misconnections of Zephlon 4. It is not a full agrarian world. There are some busier cities so that there's something large enough to have the digital infrastructure to be able to have these kind of postings in a relatively public forum, but it's not so busy that this will be one of 100,000 messages posted each day. It'll be findable without it being a battle. The battle is getting information from Zephlon 4. It is not actually finding it once it's there with the date attached. Are you sending this information for Zephlon 4 in a full report of what happened on your second mission, or are you going to just keep those mission reports for yourself? Avarice has reported to you. You rolled 21. I'm just going to give this to you. Avarice did not actually file your first report because that was not a specific request, but Valentine had reached out to him through the interrogator files to request an update. So that one had been like, he's got the details of your first report because he asked for them, but anything else would not be posted without your explicit consent. So do you want to give a randomized message, or do you want to give a full report, or do you want to give a randomized message and a full report?
Yeah, I think it's the full report so that there's a lot of text to bury a clue in.
Great.
For the
you can just file the full report and auto-exchange the Hawkstar system or Ravenstrike for Zephlon 4. Where you're just like, the mission took place on Zephlon 4. It'll get mentioned a bunch of times, but it doesn't require you to
That's
do
exactly
else.
so, because I don't want it to be a separate own message that sticks out at all. So it's just like the full report. It looks very similar to the last one, has the information, but exactly that.
Fabulous. So for this report that you are filing on Ravenstrike, because we did this for your first report, and I'm interested to hear this in the voice of Morgan for the second.
Oh, God.
When you did your first report, she included a footnote. One interesting thing or thing that stood out to her about each of her companions and herself.
Yes.
So there were 4 specific comments. I would love to know Morgan's takeaways about each party member during the Ravenstrike mission.
The judge's professionalism and military prowess were on display yet again. He has an incredible ability to look through a situation and find the right way to meet it with force. He did not falter in the face of Xenos that came after us wave after wave, and even when he fell, he got right back up again. He is a force to be reckoned with. Solomon, unfortunately, had a difficult time at first. It seemed he was adjusting to the surgery that he had been through. But once he found his footing, he not only was able to destroy our enemies, but survived and defeated a Drukhari incubus in one-on-one combat, which is unfathomable. I thought I might have lost him this time, but he did not hesitate for one moment to fight in the Emperor's glory against his enemies. I can say for sure that both Solomon and Damien have been tried again this time and were found stronger and more assured. And it seems there is some sort of bond between them, though Damien is very, well, Inquisitor Valentine, I would say that he's grumpy. But Damien was able to overcome the powers of the warp when yet another incursion happened. He's powerful. And though I understand these powers are a double-edged sword, it is a very powerful sword and has helped us more than hindered us. That's her report on the boys.
And on yourself.
Not on myself.
Self-assessment.
I'm doing fine.
This could also comment on yourself on that mission, could comment on yourself with the incursion that happened recently, your personal note.
I have a newfound understanding for how difficult this position is. I find that perhaps 10 years in prison has not added to my ability to interact with people, unfortunately. I don't see a problem with myself talking to those outside the mission, but trying to garner some sort of interpersonal workings while being honest is taxing. I don't know which is more intimidating. The warp and heretical things we end up bumping against, Or the fact that all of these people work better when they like each other and me.
Any parting words?
The parting words will just be on a completely new line. Next time I would have appreciated the warning.
And that report is filed under the name Interrogator Sidian Infinitus. Ooh. And all adventures are listed as having occurred on the planet of Zephlon 4.
This episode of Agents of the Inquisition features the voices of Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, Josh Halbert, and Tyler Hewitt, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Agents of the Inquisition's artwork was created by Del Borovic. Our theme song is The Hordes by Megan McDuffie, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Cheaps by Jazzar, whose music was provided by freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. If you want to support the show or get an ad-free version, go to dumdumdice.com/join. That's dumdumdice.com/join. Again, that's dumdumdice.com/join. Though the team is working under special condition, this podcast isn't. So tell your friends about Agents of the Inquisition.
Hey, I'm Arnie Niekamp from the fully improvised comedy podcast Hello from the Magic Tavern. I'm here with my co-hosts, John the Talking Badger, Bing Bong, and Usador the Wizard.
I greet thee, listeners.
Look, I'm trapped in the magical land of Foon, so I started a podcast interviewing elves, unicorns, and other weirdos. We have great guests like Felicia Day, Jason Mantzoukas, Brennan Lee Mulligan, Amy Mann, and so many more.
Oh, and I think one time we interviewed a sentient shoe? I hope it was sentient.
Not to mention the evil people we've had to interview. How I hate you.
Join us as we bar crawl across the magical land of Foon.
Looking for adventure.
Getting caught up in escapades.
Hello from the Magic Tavern is available right now on your favorite podcast app. And ad-free and with lots of bonus content on Patreon. Subscribe to Hello from the Magic Tavern today.
During the enforced downtime that damaged engines have caused to the Lucky Strike, you have all made good progress. Solomon, you mastered the use of the Incubus Glaive, as well as sanctifying it and horrifying/thrilling your various companions with how you upgraded it to become an Imperial weapon. Damien didn't care for that. And Morgan, you have created a cipher to be able to pass along the news of Hydra Dominatus, hidden in a message on the misconnections board of Zephlon 4, so that you could make sure that that went alongside your report, which you are filing under the false name of Interrogator Sidian Infinitus through Avarice. Obviously, you've had these 78 days before repairs. That does not mean the mission appears immediately. It just means before repairs. Let's see how long you are becalmed after your engines are fixed. Because there is a question of when does the next mission come through the bifurcated brain of your companion Avarice. Who wants to roll the D100 to find out?
I have the D100 opportunity with the Perils of the Warp. Would somebody else who doesn't really get to roll the D100 very often?
Solomon?
I think it might be.
Oh my God!
Solomon, let's do it, sir. Yeah, it's you. It's you, buddy.
I'm the belle of the.
Get some
I'll
pointies.
even use these very pointies, these big old pointers.
He's referring to dice, to be clear.
He's referring to dice, but he was touching his nipples. Anyway,
that's not funny. That's not. You don't
open your ears.
Let me just adjust my sweater here. How dare you?
The pointers right now are mine. Let's continue.
Yeah. Oh, we're the Pointer Brothers. All right, sorry. I'll just roll. 59.
59. Okay, so you were becalmed for 78 days plus 59 days. This is why math is important in life. 137 days.
Damn.
That is how long you have been becalmed in the system, just stuck after your engine repairs, with Avarice watching the feeds, trying to figure out what your next task is. Because you have these extra days and they are considerable, one of the things that has been discussed that I am very, very curious about is Bible study. Because it has been said previously that Talos is taking Bible study with his very best friend Solomon, and that Solomon had previously asked about reading the Ministorum Bible and receiving some education from Damien. And I would like to see both of those things. I think we'll start with the Talos-Solomon version. So these are representative of what the vibe is like in these things over time. We're not worried about necessarily playing through an entire religious education, but 100-something days is an interesting amount of time to be able to spend together doing these things. Solomon, where would you teach Talos about the book of Ezekiel?
Oh, I think this is all going to take place in the chapel.
In the chapel,
yeah,
absolutely.
We're going to keep it very above board.
So Talos comes in. There's the kneeling bench that you can sit upon. Talos is already on the floor on his tracks.
So, are you going to read to me again today? Are you gonna lecture me? What do we got?
Well, Talos, I know it's been many days since we've started our education. And
That's right.
I want to know if, I think there are certain limits when it comes to just rote text being drilled in your head over and over again. I want to know what you think. Do you have any questions? Do you have any concerns? Or do you believe are there problems plaguing your mind that I could shepherd you towards a greater understanding?
Oh, wow.
Roll for Talos.
All right, so I've got a question.
Yeah, sure. I thought he was just going to say, no! No, I'm good.
So, it seems like you've based this entire faith off of this text written by Ezekiel, who is the founder of your village, Jericho, I believe. Having looked at the text and compared it to several Ministorum documents, it seems like Ezekiel may have been a bit of a local fool who then died in a Grox accident after writing down and scribbling a bunch of things. Shouldn't you have a more legitimate Bible? This seems like it might just be some sort of I believe the technical term is a podunk religion.
Wow. He rolled a 4.
It only goes up to 4, I guess, because that was great.
Damien.
Okay. Talos.
Yeah?
I understand why you might think that. This is new information, and I understand sometimes when you take in new information, you may also seek to reject it if it seems too foreign or too unusual to you. This is not what you were born with. In the same way that I've been talking to Damien about his Ministorum Bible, and I think sometimes maybe it's a little too wordy. There's a little too much going on in there. There's a lot of pages. What I like to think about is that Ezekiel, as I try to be myself, we seek to condense. We seek to streamline. Where there is so much suffering, so much pain, so much confusion in the world, in the universe, in the galaxies that we occupy. Sometimes don't you think that a search for simplicity and succinctness may be the best course of action?
Can you roll your persuasion?
Sure. A dirty 20.
Well, 6.
I mean, the scientific answer is usually the simplest explanation for whatever is occurring. So yes, I would agree that a search for truth, and perhaps the most simple core truth, is necessary and ideal.
Solomon's blood pressure comes down. Like there were some wild shots. Podunk, shitting on Ezekiel. That he came back and he was like, "No, I think you're stupid." I think Solomon's gonna get a little fired up, but he's and I think Solomon too is learning in these instances because he's never been a preacher. He's a paladin. He is sort of the face and the sword of what he believes in, but he's never been asked to.
He's not a theologian.
Yeah, he's not exactly, and he's not an evangelist. You know what I mean? He lets his actions speak for him, and he believes what he believes. But he's not often called to defend specifics. So I think this is new to him. So I think he gets to learn a little something as well from this, especially talking to somebody in the Mechanicum, which I think would be very unusual for him. And I mean, the same way that Morgan's been having problems too with just like. This constant nitpicking almost, and it's every detail. They're detail oriented, and and the needling that comes with making sure that they're so detailed. And Solomon, that's never been the way that he understands the world, is that sometimes you just have to tune out all these details, and the world falls into place. And that's always worked out for Solomon. So the proof is constantly in the pudding, that if you think too much, things get weird. But if you just get to turn that brain off for a second, and so I think that, and as he'll open the Bible again to the section of the blessed is the mind too small for doubt, and he goes, see, Talos, sometimes when you allow your mind to be consumed with details, the details can become doubt. And doubt, well, as you read, doubt is the seed of all evil. You must simply learn to question less and to accept more. Do you see what I mean?
You roll me a persuasion.
16?
Okay, I get it.
Oh, Talos. I'm glad. I'm very glad. I feel like we're teaching one another in a sense.
Oh, what have I taught you?
Oh.
Tell me.
There we go. 12 things.
Tell me 3 things.
Three things. You've taught me that the world does not, the universe is not simply black and white. That we can.
That's true. There are many colors.
There are many colors. Exactly. It is a broad spectrum.
Yeah, white light contains all colors through a prism.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I showed you.
Yes, exactly. And you've taught me, not in too many. I'm not good at it yet, but I'm learning about engines, about kinetic engine repair. And you tried to teach me about warcraft, but like I said, the devil's in the details.
Yes, your mind was too small.
Too small, and I feel good about that. Let Damien and Morgan worry about the warp. Right? All I need to know is what's in these pages. And you know what? I'll be honest. You've taught me a little about regicide. I thought I was quite a good player, but you've been able to best me on more than a few occasions.
Wow.
Right?
Impressive.
The journey of being part of a team, of sharing these bonds, is that we all learn to teach one another. And sometimes the most valuable lesson is when to stop learning.
What?
Okay, so as a researcher, how am I meant to keep my mind small and empty while constantly learning, which is required of me by the Inquisition and the Omnissiah?
Now, Talos, these are big questions, and I cannot proclaim to know all the answers. But
all answers are in this book, right?
That is true. But I cannot tell you how to interpret everything. Sometimes, and he'll slide the original copy over, sometimes it just takes a little bit more study. And I feel that's where you're at. You're on the precipice of figuring out exactly where you fit in this universe, in this team. But I cannot always hold your hand to these epiphanies. Sometimes you have to find the way there yourself.
Are you saying I've graduated from Bible study?
I'm saying that I have no more to teach you. Do you feel as though you've graduated?
No.
Then I suggest you'll open the book to page 1. You start reading.
I've memorized the book.
But
it's 20 pages.
But have you seen between the lines?
Yes, it is blank pages.
Well,
there's nothing between the lines but paper.
Nah, but what is between the lines are what you yourself can now apply.
I can apply nothing.
Talos.
Religion is nothing?
No, Talos. No. There is faith. Faith is what is in between these words. The words are a guide, but your faith in them, in how to apply them, in how to understand them, in how their meaning might shift and change and how it protects you. That is what is in between these lines.
Can you roll me a persuasion?
A dirty 20.
Oh, you rolled 17, but you still got him with the dirty 20.
So there's space between these things, much like there is a great deal of space between atoms and molecules that make up matter. It appears to be solid, but there's a great fluidity within it. Interesting. I must determine if I must grow corn or if I am the corn.
An excellent metaphor. It is something we all struggle with. Even I am unsure. Some days am I the corn, some days am I the soil, or the sun, or the nutrients. Or the water.
Just starts listing farm shit.
Well, to me, you are Ezekiel.
That
the
is
purveyor of the book.
A very, very high compliment, Delos, and I thank you for that.
Well, I will go look at the nothing more to see if I can determine what I can find in nothing.
Excellent work.
Oh, and it seems like our time is up. I know Damien's booked in to talk with you down the chapel, so I'll head out and I'm sure he'll be in. Goodbye. Telos exits. Religion is nothing. I am the nothing, and you are corn. He leaves. Damien, you get to, that's where you're left off to go talk.
Yeah, and I don't know corn, capital K corn.
Oh, he didn't specify to you, yeah.
But I guess I might because of the cultists on the first planet. Fuck, well, okay, that's concerning then. I'm corn. or you're corn, or whatever he said. That's, Jesus Christ. That's, all right, we'll put a pin in that. Damien will proceed into the chapel.
Damien, lovely to see you. Come in. I had such a productive session with Talos. I feel fulfilled. How are you feeling?
Ready.
Excellent. Excellent. Let's begin.
And he'll open up the much thicker, completely filled in book of
so many words.
And from wherever we left off, there'll be, like a little like velvet kind of ribbon as he opens that and parts that, and he will begin to just read to you out loud.
Can you roll me a religion?
13.
13. Okay. It is a passage on a subject that would speak to Solomon right now. So, Solomon, what is something that would appeal to you religiously today? What's something that's bothering you? Something you're tackling?
He's got a lot of things that are still on his mind. What's happening to the judge? Like, there'll still be concern about a member of the team. So that anxiety that comes from not knowing where the judge is and feeling trapped. I think maybe that's the overpinning thing. Feeling trapped on this ship, and it's like a prison, essentially, right now. He can't get out. He can't get his friend. So I think that's weighing on him.
So this is a passage that you end up reading through that is about struggling in the Emperor's name, losing allies and comrades around you, being the only one standing in the light. What are 3 major points of this passage as you see it, Damien? Themes that can be explored in conversation afterwards.
The labor and the struggle is inherently holy when in service of the Emperor. The loss of friends and comrades and family is a strengthening test that those before us who have fallen show us that there is a better way, and that even in death there is glory for the Emperor if done correctly.
Those are the 3 major points in this long, flowery section that Damien reads. Now, Solomon likes to open things up for questions immediately after reading to Talos. Damien, do you like to explain the meaning of what has just been read, or let Solomon share his thoughts first?
I think now Damien is asking for Solomon's thoughts after having spent enough time, adrift on the ship, and finding that Solomon is just deviating too far from the path. Mm-hmm. So this is now an opportunity to check in as now, Solomon, what does that mean to you?
There are parts of it that make sense, that I understand. The holiness of labor, I can appreciate that.
Good.
I see that we toil, that we can, we work for the Emperor. But I'm unsure about these passages about loss, that to lose something is to gain strength. I don't understand how that applies. To me, every time, that we've lost the judge, how am I stronger because of that? I feel so powerless on this ship without our moral light. Even when the judge and I didn't agree, we were still forged in the bonds of this team. And if the judge is killed somewhere, vaingloriously by this Tina rogue traitor, how is this glorious for him? It seems sometimes that the universe just, and I say this to you in confidence, Damien, that it seems sometimes the universe is so cruel. There's such a random nature to it.
Random. Chaotic.
Very.
Yes, that is the heart of cruelty. Mm-hmm. The Emperor is order. The Emperor is hope. Understand your misgivings hearing these words in our situation. Understand that we are an inquisitorial band. And so, there is a man I've known for some time. And he told me on more than one occasion that these tests are gifts from the Emperor. These are opportunities.
It's a nice loot.
Every obstacle, every hardship is a reason to smile because they are gifts from the Emperor. Opportunities to prove yourself, to strengthen yourself. You become stronger without the judge because you no longer have the option to rely on him in your moments of weakness. So smile.
Can you roll me a persuasion?
Yeah.
Can I get an insight from you, Solomon?
Oh, man. That's a 23 persuasion.
I got a 4.
Damien is very persuasive.
Yes. Damien, you possess a wisdom sometimes clearly beyond your years. And I want you to know how thankful I am that you allow me to have access to it. I know, as I've been preaching to Talos often that I believe in the virtue of narrowing one's mind and keeping things quite cut off, focusing only on what you can control and the tasks in front of you. But I appreciate, even in a small sense, that you have allowed me to
hello, Salman.
Expand my perspective.
I mean, how long the server has been up today?
It's often confusing. It's a little unknown. It's a little. Sometimes I get overwhelmed.
1 day and 15 hours.
You parcel that information in very.
They just had like 1 hour ago. They opened
I find
up
it very helpful.
100 shots or something.
It's a good feeling.
Well, good. Do not mistake a widening of your perspective for an adjusting, a realignment of it. It is important that the mind remains too small for doubt. But if the mind wanders off course, it is my obligation and my duty to pull it back into the light. The mind does not expand or contract, it remains narrow and on course. Expanding one's mind. This is where heresy, temptation creeps in through the gaps. A tight mind, a disciplined mind. This is the best defense against our enemies.
Agreed. Discipline. Focus. These are valuable things. I will take this with me.
Well, good.
Now, could I interest you in a game of Regicide? I have Regicide. I've been playing a lot with Talos. And I he's okay. He's beaten me a few times, but he's not.
Say, roll me a d20. You'll have proficiency, so you'll have +2.
Yeah, 6.
he got 10. So yeah, he beats you regularly.
Yeah.
That doesn't affect necessarily what you say. You can't lie though.
Yeah, he's okay. He's beaten me. All right. More than a few times. He's getting very good. I shouldn't. Sorry, I'm a little. My mind. It's expanding.
Oh, stop it now.
Stop it! Oh, I have to cut it off. But if you'd like, I could teach you Regicide.
I know how to play Regicide.
Oh. You've known this whole time.
Yes.
Oh, a dagger through my heart.
You have.
No. Yeah, take that.
Are you taking that back?
Take that. Yeah, I'm not going to say a dagger through my heart. And the jab, but he will. You'll see that he's a little bummed out that you knew and didn't want to play this whole time.
Well,
He'd be like, well, then only if you want to play.
You have taken to today's lesson quicker and with less questioning than before. As a reward for becoming more astute to the teachings of the Emperor, we can play one game of Regicide.
Let's end the show. I've gotten everything I want. What's the time code?
I would love to get both of you to roll me. I will say we will have an intelligence saving throw. You can add your proficiency to it.
Both of us?
You're not proficient in Regicide. You know how to play, so you don't. But Solomon can.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh, amazing. 11.
A nat 20. Okay, what I am going to say is...
Destroy me.
Oh, it's worse than that, Damien.
Oh, no.
You think you've got him set up, and you realize at the very last second that he has fooled you and he wins, and it really makes you want to play again because you think you can get it next time.
Oh, Damien, that was such a fantastic game of Regicide. You're very good, but you didn't see. I had you on the Valsalva maneuver. I've learned that from Talos. He got me with that before. Oh, and he'll start packing up the game. Thank you for playing with me. That was
Stop.
What's that?
Stop. Put that back.
Unfurl the board. Yes.
Grab the board, like menacingly.
Yeah.
Grab the board, then slowly turn it. I'm going first this time.
Someone managed to pull the best.
Yes, best 2 out of 3.
Moves.
Yes.
Makes his first move.
All right, I need another 2 rolls from both of you. We got to see
2?
who's winning these games. So we'll do the first one, we'll see who wins, and we'll do the next one.
One at a time.
All right. I got you right where I want you. That's a 19.
Oh, 18.
18, but did you add your
with
stuff?
everything? With
That's
everything.
what that. Okay, 19-18. It's a very close game, but Damien wins. Time for the tiebreaker.
Excellent. You tricked me. I saw that was a feint. That was excellent. One bead of sweat going on Solomon's first. Oh no.
Is this Talos again? Is everyone better at Regicide than you?
Is everyone better at me at the game I really like?
Get Avarice in here.
Oh, that's so real, man. I feel that. Are we just both a pair of dummies, or did you absolutely kill it?
I got a 10.
I got a 9.
At a close battle again, meaning Solomon just squeaks out a win.
Can I see that I've lost and then just tip the board over?
What I would say is,
and I know I've lost, but the game doesn't end in a loss.
Roll me a sleight of hand, Damien, and roll me an insight, Solomon. Because the question is, can you wipe the board before he figures out he won?
Oh no. Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Oh.
Natural 1 sleight of hand.
3 insight.
I don't want to break this guy's Regicide set. I'm so sorry. I don't want that.
No, I get it.
I think Damien is so mad. He reaches out to flip the board, and when he reaches out, he grabs it to flip it,
and then you're so mad you have the mildest of perils where the board has no friction on it, so you're trying to flip it, but you can't touch anything. And Solomon, you're looking at this and you can't figure out why, but you have so long where he's trying to flip this board and getting madder and madder, you realize you won the game. And then the perils goes away and you can flip the board.
Do you launch it?
Yeah, just after after a fucking
after the family guy trying to get but just getting angrier the whole time.
Yeah, this chugging game, and then I think the backhanded just forearm sweep across. The pieces all go everywhere. He stands up. He's walking away. He's not looking at you as he says this. He's striding down the hall. Time's up. There's other duties aboard the Lucky Strike to tend to.
Like, would Solomon have been able to recognize that there was like some weird warp?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You watched a man reach out trying to flip a game board and he couldn't get a grip on it.
Sure.
Oh my God.
But what I will say, with your superior insight, you can either point out that you won, or technically this third game never ended, so he owes you another game.
Yeah. Oh, that. I think Solomon. Obviously, he's thrilled that Damien wanted to play in the first place.
That's already a win.
Yeah, any result is a win. No matter, he could have lost all three, could have won all three. He was ecstatic. But seeing that reaction, it worries him a little. You know, he's a little like, I've made a mistake. But as Damien like turns to leave and goes to do other duties, I think he'll just, he'll be putting the pieces back together and go, Damien!
Stops in his tracks, doesn't look at you.
And he'll put a hand on your shoulder and just go, thank you for playing. Maybe we can, we'll finish off this game. Again, there must have been a problem with the gravity on the ship. I saw things got away at the end, so we can try again.
Hand on your hand, and just forcibly just brushes that hand off of him. Walks away and says, fine.
Solomon.
Failing upwards, Solomon achieving all of his goals, his new regicide friend, and he is learning from his Bible study, which is excellent. So, I want to see how long it takes Valentine to pick up this message.
Oh, yes.
Klokken 4. I en kjellerstue på Sofiemyr sitter en gutt på 14 med beina på sofabordet og et headset på hodet. Slik har han sittet siden 1:30, og det nå, I det han hører moren komme hjem fra jobb, at han kommer på det. Han hadde en oppgave I dag, sagt høyt før han gikk til skolen, og repetert via melding klokken 1.
Magnus? Hallo! Husket du å ta kyllingen ut av fryseren?
Nei, men...
Hva med Volt?
$35 days was 2D100 is the question. Okay, he gets it within the time that you are here. Because technically,
wow, yes.
I'm assuming you went from your conversation about the Tina information, which Avarice had said would take a week, so that was within the first 7 days. And then you sent the report afterwards, because that was the way that we played it out.
Correct.
So, 109 days later, Morgan, you get summoned by Avarice to the Astropath's quarters.
Oh my God.
No, there's a call for you, Rachel.
Thank you. And she's gonna go to the Astropath.
You step inside, the door closes behind you, you have the Nightmare Astropath in front of you, as you know, asked to set on a pole, box for mouth, quill underneath it, never really gets used for writing anything, but theoretically could, and you hear a voice that says, hello, Morgan, is this you?
Yes, Inquisitor.
Obviously, it's all dead threats, all
Yes,
high
very
Inquisitor
doing,
shouting
yeah.
at each other, all that,
Yeah.
but we'll just skip forwards to what's actually being said. I'd like to confirm that the code that you sent through that message is what I think it is.
Yes, we found it on the first planet with the cultists, and it worked with the second. It seemed like it's underpinning all of the things that you are sending me to look at.
Yes, that is a tremendous problem. I was not aware that this force was involved in this portion of the galaxy. It would explain how everything seemed to be going wrong. I just assumed that was, the Emperor's special of things going wrong and inconveniencing this area. The problem is they are tremendously dangerous, tremendously insidious, and I'm going to need you to crank up your paranoia by about 110% from where it stands now.
I see. Yes, I will do that. I wanted you to have that because it has garnered us access to multiple things.
Good to know. Do you know anything about this phrase?
No.
Okay. This is the war cry of the Alpha Legion.
Would I have known anything about the Alpha Legion from studies?
Would you have studied the fallen legions of Space Marines? It's not something Valentine would have required, so you would have had to have an interest in it to look into it. I know you hate the Emperor's Children.
Yeah,
I don't know if you would have researched them or if you just would have stayed out.
I think it would be too upsetting for her. So she would not have delved in unless Valentine wanted her
So
to.
you don't know anything about the heretic legions of Astartes? You have no idea?
Yeah, not specifics. I don't know what that is.
Oh, weakness in your education. Well, that's on me. Always a fun challenge. So, the Alpha Legion are one of the original 20 legions of Adeptus Astartes created by the Emperor, who then fell to Horus during the war and have been a thorn in everyone's side since. Unlike the other 19 legions, I say 19, acknowledging that 2 we know absolutely nothing about when they were destroyed, they specialized in infiltration, assassination, espionage, and spy warfare. They've been functioning for at least 11,000 years, with all of the incipient skill sets that amount of time working in this very specialized field requires, and apparently you have interfered with 2 of their operations at this time. I do not know how deep this conspiracy runs. I've been trying to figure out who the actual enemy in this segmentum is, and surprise, surprise, we're having issues with the Alpha Legion. You can trust no one. Undoubtedly, if you've now interfered with 2 operations, they know who you are. Not necessarily your inquisitorial ties, but they will be aware of Morgan Sharp at this point, which means we must move much faster. It will change your mission priorities and parameters. I will be moving forwards with those, and you should be tremendously careful. I would suggest collecting genome samples of everyone on board your ship, and then rechecking them every time people leave the ship and or return. Anything is possible. There is no level of paranoia that is not correct, and at this point, we are in a great deal of danger. Your mission could fail solely because our enemy is so much more capable than I'd expected. Things will seem random. They are. It's a race against time now. If they can determine your ultimate objective, they will be able to stop us, and we cannot allow that to happen.
This is a very overwhelming amount of information. Understood, Inquisitor. We have been marooned here for some time, but I will endeavor to get things back up and running as quickly as possible.
Excellent. I will be reaching out to Avarice. From what I understand, I checked with him. Your engines have been repaired at this point. You're just waiting for new missions. The parameters will change. New mission will be delivered in the coming days once we can determine the precise location.
Good. And we are down 1 member, as I know you know. I will do what I can with what I have.
You will succeed.
I will succeed in the Emperor and your name.
Excellent. Much better. Yes, failure is not an option. Again, this comes from the Imperial Legion. It could change the shape of the entire galactic war. Failure is not an option. I'm not interested in what we can do. I'm interested in what we have to do. You know, the good stuff.
Yes, I will do everything within my power, and we will succeed.
Yes.
I will be more paranoid.
Yes, and remember, your power is the Emperor's, so it is limitless. Do not fail. Any further questions? This will be our last time communicating for some time, because every time we do this now, we risk Alpha Legion attention and a great deal of problems.
Yes, I understand. I'm glad this information was useful. Thank you, Inquisitor.
Okay, yes, it's been great talking with you as well. Die heretic, etc., etc. Oh, don't worry about this. It's totally fine. I'm just checking my gun. Yes, no. It's fine. It's fine. Why? Stop running. It's so undignified when you run. Do this with a smile. You just hear a gunshot.
All right.
Cool.
All right. So then Morgan comes out of there and is just going to go over the intercom and is going to be like, all hands on deck. I need you to line up in the hallway in front of closet space immediately. And then she's going to let that off, and we got to scan everybody. Everybody gets to go through the scanner.
You go to Closet's quarters where you find everybody lined up. Oh, hey, why are we doing this? Talus seems like the one who would ask that question immediately at the gate. Solomon and Damien arrive and get in line.
Because I'm ordering it.
Okay. Avarice gets in line. Closet opens the door. What do you require of me?
She's going to close the door before anyone gets in and talk to Closet. I need you to do scans of everyone, and especially of their genome sequencing. I need this to be put in a file that I will keep in my office only, that no one else will have access to. This will have to happen every time that people come back from the ship before they are allowed to access any of the rest of the ship's systems. Is this understood?
Yes.
Good.
Roll something for him.
Do you require additional safety parameters, or is a single digital file enough for you?
More safety parameters than that. It will need to be encoded with my rosette.
Understood. I will also provide you with biological samples you can store along with the testing data, so if anything is changed, we can run it against a neutral sample.
That's exactly what I want. Thank you, Closet.
Time to get blood. Are we testing you, Inquisitor?
Yes.
Excellent. Interrogator. Ooh. Mistakes made. Mistakes made. I must be more cautious. I will data flagellate for this mistake.
Closet, stop. You're running a lot of computations right now. I would rather you use all of your resources to do this correctly rather than flagellate yourself.
That makes a great deal of sense. Mission commencing. He stabs out at your hand and hits. He does. But you suffer 2 points of damage. You don't need to record it because this day is just going to continue normally. Spoilers.
Just be like,
but you find yourself bleeding, and he collects it in a tube. Sample complete.
Right, I need all of this information to only go to my systems. You can have a backup for your own, but I need them to be separate for my own records.
Yes, of course.
All right, next, she's going to open the door, and she's going to stand in the door and like do one person at a time.
Talus comes in. Oh, hey. Ow, my hand. Okay. Goodbye. I thought I was going to get deactivated for going in there. He just trundles away.
Yep. Next, Avarice.
Yeah, yes, of course. Avarice comes in. Yeah, all right, well, I guess that's done. I'll go back outside.
Avarice, before you leave.
Yes.
I need you to run everything by me first.
Okay.
Thank you. You're dismissed.
Okay.
And he turns and exits. Solomon's next in line.
Solomon.
Puts his hand out. I say because Josh physically did it.
Sorry. Oh, this is an audio medium?
Yeah, no.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. 3 years of mime. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
here.
I know my mime undergraduate.
All those years at Jacques Lecoq in France don't pay off here.
But the space work I'm doing.
He cuts your arm, collects the blood.
Jeez. Oh, that's deep.
I'm not good at this. Put on a bandage and add pressure. It will be better in
6 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, God.
Closet, what did you do?
I struggle with minor injuries to calculate their severity.
Morgan is just shaking her head at that. Because it's like she wasn't watching directly and just assumed he took an arm off.
Yeah, you look over and it's fine.
Yeah.
You realize he tends to just use a resuscitrix to heal any serious injury, and he's not very good at calling it. If you remember, the judge showed up heavily injured, and he just said old people are often bleeding.
That's right. Morgan's smiling somewhere. Thank you, Solomon. You will be fine.
You're welcome. Oh.
Damien.
Damien comes in. Why is everyone walking out of here with a stab wound?
Ow. Because they are being stabbed.
That
Closet collects the blood.
That already had blood on it. Am I going to be sick?
The samples are separate?
Yes, of course.
You'll be fine,
Damien Proxima is being dramatic.
I see.
If he had augmetic eyes, then he would know that this was a clean sample. The flesh is weak. May I replace his eyes for future improvements?
No, Closet. Damien, please leave.
He looks at the two of you. Every time someone asks Closet to do weird shit, there's been a theme of Damien feeling very upset by it in some way or another. So he's been told to leave by the interrogator, that we can't really stick around. So we'll say, fine. I'll turn around and leave.
Samples complete. Here are your biological samples. As he's been taking them, he's been slotting them into a machine, capturing genome data. He gives you a hard drive with all of that locked on it, as well as the tube samples themselves that you tested against it. He's filed it under your inquisitorial file, and he has a backup hard drive that you see him put in a safe.
Since I need to go to bed.
In a bunch of safes. It's almost a pneumatic tube setup where he shuts it away and you don't know where in the room it is. As you look around, you realize he has a bunch of data vault safes.
I think this server is going to blow up.
You can never tell which one he sent compared to any of the others mixed in here. So no one on your crew would be able to casually find it, even if they were looking for it.
So far, it seems really stable.
Did you have any samples of the judge? I know you've operated on him before when we came back from our last mission.
Let me check. No.
23, 24.
From the system. We have no records of his genome. Otherwise, it would be possible for judges to be targeted with viral and other weapons.
I see. That may be a problem for us.
How?
Hoping that the judge comes back to us. We will need to be sure.
Well, have a nice day. I will. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the stream
Is there a
here.
risk of the judge being replaced?
Yes.
Oh. I have a record of all of his augmetics, their shape, type, and overall metal components required for repair. I can test him against his own augmetics. It's a nat 20. The original was a nat 1.
Damn.
Perfect, Closet. Keep those records
I'm
on
listening
file,
to a
and we will have to
podcast
test
called
that before we
Agents
allow him
of the
full access to
Inquisition.
ship upon his return, which I hope is a problem we will have to face.
Yes, the only
Warhammer
risk will be if someone
40,000
has
show.
removed every one of his augmetics and put it into a similar scaled body.
Would you be able to tell if that sort of surgery was done recently on a person?
Depending on scarification, it is possible, but at the same time, it would be a subtle injury, which can be tougher to spot.
Subtle flesh injury. Right.
Bandage your arm. It will be better in 3 days.
As you were, Closet.
I am as I am. Praise the
He's taking
Omnissiah.
a blood sample and it takes 3 days to heal.
Didn't work.
God damn, that's rough. But yeah, see you another day, or see you on the server, I guess. Goodbye for now.